Okay, so the next job is I've got to feed these bars here in behind here and then screw them in with these. So my plan is I'm going to use some pliers to hold them as best I can, and of course I'll be using 2 hands for it at the time. But pliers to feed them in like that, and then once I've got them in there, before I'm going to then stick this through to hold it in place so that I know I've got it. Oh well, maybe I'm not going to do that. Well, plan was to stick that through to hold it in place, and I did have a little practice to make sure that worked. Well, if I can get that out, that's what I'll do. I'll try to find another and go from there, but the idea is to try to get those fitted on now. Okay, the demonstration might not have worked very well, but they're all in now. So the process, I used a long screwdriver in the end, so there was no way of getting that piece of metal out. So that's all there now, and so now we will look at getting the carpeting back in here. Oh, and we need to fix actually this item here, which I think must be for the door. I think it must fit through here, that hole in there, and connect up to this purple wire as a notification when the door's open. So I need to do that as well. I'm not quite sure where the screws are for that or anything, so I'll have to search something out. And then I'm going to fit in the carpeting and stuff like that, glue it all back down, and yeah, good to go. So this is, I've only got one light, the parts one, and I used the better bits, but you can see how bad that one is. This one isn't great either, lots of rust on there. I'm not sure I've got this quite secure. Well, in fact I know I haven't, because this ring here, although this ring is on, we're seeing these holes, and that's because this wing's clearly different. If you look over here you can see we've not got so many holes. So the wing is presumably sorry, I don't know if I showed, so not so many holes there. There's also this bar inside, which is this. Okay, now it's not on that side, so I've fitted this on the other side and then just used screws to hold the front and the back together. Okay, so we have one on the other side, but because of the number of holes, and I don't know what I'm meant to do about that around here, but none of the light is in very good condition. So if I take this off, what we have underneath it is this ring here, and I've only got, well, first of all, the bottom one on here, there is no attachment for it because it's broken, and then I've only got one screw that fits the top two, so this is held on with one, and the screws that look like they might fit are just too big, so that's going to have to be replaced, and I'll have to get two. But I wanted to check that the electrics work and see what it looked like, and hey, that's pretty cool. I mean, you know, that actually looks like a bit of a car, so I'm pleased. Okay, so there were times when I'm really, really dumb. I was in a previous section talking about these holes that you can see behind the chrome work, and the fact that you can't see them on the other side over here. Okay, and the reason is, on this side I have a bracket installed, And on this one over here, all I've done is screwed it in, bolted bracket on this side to the bracket on that side. And clearly what actually you do is you weld this in place, and these holes are for pluck welds. So you weld it in, clean it all up, fasten it out, and you just have the relevant holes left for the bits to go in. It's taken me so long to work that out, I don't know, but it suddenly clicked this morning when I was taking a shower. So so I know I'm going to have to do that. So that's got to come off again, which is fine. I knew that was happening, but I think I'll be leaving it for the time being, and I'm going to have to buy new lights anyway, pretty much the whole lot. So when I get all of that, we'll sort it. So I think the front wing is done. I want to clean underneath the car now so that I can, clean the garage floor. So we're going to try driving it out onto the drive, clean the floor, and then come back in. Oh, okay, a couple of problems there. So I can't get it to engage a gear, so I need to take a look at that. And the accelerator cable didn't do anything, so I need to take a look at that. So not quite ready to try moving. And all I wanted to do was clean out underneath. Oh well. Okay, so problem we've currently got is engaging gear, and so we can prove that we've got it right now in gear. Handbrake is off, and if I get behind the car, hopefully you can see it rolls quite easily. And just to prove that it will not roll, I put the handbrake on. It doesn't. Okay, so we're trying to work out why it's not engaging. And first thing to look at, I think, based on the symptoms and discussions, is it would appear, because it's not been run for probably 10 years, possibly the clutch plate has stuck to the flywheel. A couple of ways that this could happen, and one of the solutions is to just run the engine for 10 minutes and see if it pops out, which we might get to, but initially we're going to just check the slave cylinder, clutch slave cylinder. So I know I've got fluid in the master cylinder, I'm going to check the clutch slave cylinder and see if that is moving, so see if the bar is moving in and out to adjust, or if maybe that's forced open. The clutch pedal is very loose, it doesn't feel like there's any pressure there, so it might be that the clutch has somehow, the hydraulics has gone, or it's come unattached or something like that, I don't know. So we're going to look at that first as our first step to try to resolve this. Okay, so we have a clutch pedal here. I don't know how good the lighting is, but by putting a block of wood against the seat, I can get the pedal in as far as it will go. There. So we can see that the clutch pedal is in. And then we'll come over to the master cylinder. No, the slave cylinder, which is just here. Sounds like it came off. We should be looking for movement here from this. Okay. So we should be seeing this move if that clutch pedal is doing anything, and I don't think it is moving at all. So we're just going to try depressing it a couple of times. So I pressed it 4 times then. I'm going to now have a look to see if I could see any movement, and if not, then I know at least to start here. Okay, well, we're now in the engine bay compartment, and I've removed this cover. So we've got the clutch. I don't know if I've got that in view actually. So just here, just out of view, we've got the clutch master slave cylinder. And then in here, this comes off, peel that back, and we've got the pedal, or the joints under here. So I'm going to move the camera across, and I'm going to again depress it. So hopefully, if I can get this to stay. So hopefully we'll see this here move. So that's in once, twice, 3, 4 times. And we'll see if the problem's there. Okay, so I thought the first step would be to try bleeding the slave cylinder. So as you can see, the master cylinder is topped up to the brim. It overflowed us a bit, so I've had to clear that up. Now I don't think any fluid is then getting down to the slave cylinder when I pump it, so I think I've got a blockage in my pipes. So what I'm trying to do now is video that. So we've got the master cylinder there, and we could see that it was full. And then down here we've got our slave cylinder, and that's opened. And what I'm hoping is when I pump the pedal, we'll see nothing coming through. Well, actually I don't really hope that, but actually, you know, well, you know what I mean. That's what I think we're going to see. So that's pumping it once, and twice, and 3 times, and 4 times. Oh. And now I can take a look at that and see if
anything happened. Actually, I'm going to do that again. I'm going to try to get a different view. Hoping to... yeah, I want to get that in as well. I want to see if the push rod moves at all as well, so I'm trying to get that in. Right, so that's there. That's right behind this. Okay. There we go. So I should be able to see both from here. So let's have a look at that. Okay, and it's going in once, twice, 3, 4 times. Well, I can see at the top that the master cylinder is still completely full, so I'm assuming I see nothing down here. But I'll have a quick look at this video now and review. Okay, I've checked the car up again, slave cylinder. I just want to check one more time that I'm getting absolutely no movement there. And so that's what I'm about to do now. So that's in once and out, twice and out, 3 times and out, 4 times and out. There we go, we can have a look at that. Okay, well hopefully, there we go, this is the problem. This is the slave cylinder. Got no idea what that stuff is, but yuck. And so I don't know if that's fixable or what, but I'll go through the Haynes manual. I'll take it all off, see what it says to do about it, and then give it a go. So I just need to disconnect the pipe here. The good news is if we turn over to the push rod, which is here, so I can't quite see it yet. So if we go to the push rod, which is here. Okay, so we've got movement there, so I hope that's okay. So I'm going to finish taking that apart, taking the slave cylinder off, and go from there. Okay, so this is the slave cylinder, and I'll put in a couple of photos. This is it cleaned up, but here's the problem right here. The piston, there we go. So that is just rusted solid in there, and I have no idea how to get that out. I suppose I could try some WD-40 on it or something like that to see if that loosens up, but I have taken an air compressor to it to try to blow the piston out from the other side, and I got nothing. So I think I need a new part. I can see the push rod moving freely now, so I'm hoping this is the issue, and certainly it's the first bit to fix anyway. So new parts to be ordered soon. Right, got a new one installed. We're trying to bleed it, and let's see if it's moving. Pressed the clutch pedal in 4 times there. I didn't feel any resistance. Can't see any fluid in my blade kit. Nothing around here. This doesn't look promising. I hope it moved. Okay, so my plan had been that I would install the slave cylinder,
then I would show it working, end of episode, and next week I would do some work on the Triumph Stag, because I painted the roof for the Stag over the hardtop over the summer, but it needs buffing down and some of the chrome trim needs refitting. So my plan was for next week I would be doing that and having a week off the MG. However, with the clutch door not there, I will keep working on the MG, but I'll also try and get the Triumph roof done, and then I need to look at trying to do a bit of a paint job for my son's BMW. So that's the plan for next week, and we might look at this. We might show the Stag work. We won't show the BMW work, and hopefully we'll have a short episode showing the clutch working by the end of next week. But we'll see. Okay, until next week. Ta-ra for now.